What about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Test, test, test. What about this? Let's try this. Test, 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 test. So I'm going to leave all of them on. I'm not sure what's going on. I hope you guys could hear me. Sorry, guys. We did a great intro and then, oof. Yes, you can hear me now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sorry about this. Right. So what I was saying was, we've had welcome to the month, right? So basically, this is the month of December. Welcome. It's the first day, and obviously we're going to have many days in this month of December, month of celebrations, month of all sorts of other stuff, but also a very important month for us because of where crypto stands in the month of December, usually in a bull market, right? Now, what we're seeing here, we've got a big situation. For example, yesterday, remember yesterday's video, I was talking about how on the monthly, we have to protect this particular line. Now, I did say the range was around this 57,500. Of course, we closed the candle below, but we were pretty much on the line, and then you can see how low we went, and we actually did manage to open up another candle. But we're not out of danger, guys. We are not out of danger. So if you are seeing information that is showing you that, look, guys, we are super bullish, we are doing this, we are doing that, be cautious, because we are not. Okay, we are absolutely not bullish yet. And I want to just kind of show you this here, demonstrate this here. So this is the entire history of Bitcoin, and what you can see is we have this level here that we need to break above to be super bullish. And then you can see we have this other level here that we had to hold as support. And I'm literally just focusing here. I'm not even focused here. And you can see how we held this as support yesterday. So I was worried if this RSI dropped anything low, that would have changed this whole trend. So we are glad that this trend has not been changed, because remember, the trend is your friend in this game. None of this matters. It takes months and months and months for these data to show up on the monthly. So we needed this to stay on an upward trend, and it did. Very happy with that. It stayed above the 67, as I was just showing here. It stayed above the 67. So far so good. The market, basically by a thin thread, we basically held that support, and we survived. We survived the chaos that would have come to this market. Guys, if you're new to the show, smash those like buttons, hit those subscribe button, join the Discord community, join this awesome family. Awesome. So let's give a nice little hello to everybody. So we see Belgian, thank you, my brother. Yeah, I didn't realize it was actually muted on the sources on the OBS streaming software. SM says hi. Mustafa says, bro, literally can't hear anything you're saying. Bro, you're supposed to read my lips. I'm joking. Albin here is laughing his head off. Custard Boot says hi. Awesome. All right, guys, now I have to mute. 1 second, I'll be back. Sorry, guys. My neighbor is doing some work, some demolition work. God knows what he's doing. So, yeah. All right. All I hear is music. Is this version? We lip read. Yes, you're supposed to. Belgian, yes. Mustafa, yes. Roger that. All good now. Yeah, woo. Hey, all. Awesome. Okay, right. So that was a quick one through all the messages, what everybody says, pretty much. Awesome. Right. So, let's go into the market and see the market for what it is doing right now. So what can we expect? What's now? Now that we've come to the month of December, what does all of this mean for us? Right? What have we seen traditionally? Right? What have we seen typically happen in this entire market? And how does the market react during these months? So we want to stay on these monthly candles just for now and actually observe and see what do these months of December mean for us. Okay, so if we start looking at these months of December and, just kind of fully observe, like, okay, which season, what happened, so we can see bull markets and bear markets and see exactly how each one of them look, right? So currently we're in this particular month. We can't really observe this, so we're going to leave this alone. We're going to move back to December 2020 in a bull market, very bullish. So this is in the middle of a cycle, because remember, this cycle started here back in 2019, and you can see in 2019 the last bearish 2 candles was in December and January, and then we started the bull market. So the argument here is, are we at the end of the bull market and the beginning of a bear market, or is this going to continue for another year, or maybe another 6 months, or what's going to happen, right? So these are very important data we need to understand, right? So obviously we can see here, for example, we've been very bearish. If we go back, you can see the last month of 2017 was the last bullish month, and then it just started to come down. So we had the beginning of a bear market, end of the bull cycle, December. The beginning of a bear market is technically the end of December. And then we also can see the same relativity where basically the beginning of a next bull market also started around that, that Q4 end and Q1. So we can see this overlap. It's like, hold on, traditionally we can see this pattern play over and over again. I remember Mr. C on Discord asked the question, he said bear markets last for 4 years, and I said, who told you that? Typically we've never ever had a bear market last more than a few, like 6 to 1 year maximum. I think we've had like 6 months, nothing too much more than that. So you can see this is the entire history of Bitcoin since the data was printed on these charts, right? So we're not talking about the creation, we're talking about the data, when we can start doing analytics. And what you can see here is we pump, whatever, and forget this one, we got June, and then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And let me make it larger for you. So what you're seeing here is a clear pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically just call it 6 months. So it started here, 6 months of bearishness, and then we had another bull run. And then you can see again here, this was probably the longest, where we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you want to count the rest, why not? Maybe. That was probably the longest bear market we've ever had, right? So the longest one we've ever had was 18 months. So we can take this data and say, guys, a bear market could last between 6 months to 18 months. Nowhere here can we see a 4-year cycle. 2017, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 months. So we fall within that bracket of 6 to 18 months. And then we started moving up. Here we've had a little bit of a bearish dip where we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've actually done something very similar to what we did here. We've actually, kind of done a combination of what we've done here. Even in 2019, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can say, if you want to call that, right? So when we're looking at this higher time frame, we can see there is no evidence of ever having a 4-year bear market, number one. And number two, we can see these bull markets are getting longer and longer and longer. And all this could be an indication for us to actually start looking at the market differently on a higher time frame and say, guys, actually, what if we have this bull run continues until 2022, all of 2022? What if? What are the dangers? Of course, we have the months of January, we have the month of March, April. Around this first quarter, globally, in all the, how would I say this, the democracies or whatever countries, right? We have this situation where there are taxation. Your tax is due. You've got to do your tax returns and whatnot, So that's the quarter. That's the first quarter. So we can dismiss that first quarter and say, guys, that's the danger time. We know that by the end of December, people are going to start cashing out because they got to pay taxes because they don't understand crypto. Once you're in crypto, you're in crypto. But a lot of traditional investors, they will take their money out and pay their taxes because they're good law-abiding citizens. They have no concept of how crypto works. That's what they're going to do. So we know that there's going to be a massive impact there, and then we see where it goes. Let's see what's going on here. Who's here? I see KR. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you. I see Bubble here. Awesome. Riz Chowdhury. Okay, he says sub, bro. Sub. I think they subbed. I think you meant sub. No worries, my brother. So that's the situation we've got. And I've got this. So I'm in a dilemma. I'm thinking, okay, we got to observe the market, obviously, before we make any predictions. We have previously made predictions based on certain analytics. There's a whole video on it. I'm not going to make this video too long. But we did talk about how this cycle could be long and actually could last all the way to March. So we did say, put a date, I think it wasn't a specific date, but we said March 2022. So we could see this stretch over to 2022, but only if a few things actually show up on the chart. If they don't, then it doesn't matter. None of this matters. None of this matters. So we have to observe, we have to keep a close eye on exactly what's going on. I mean, if we just copy this entire area here, for example, and just duplicate this, just for the sake of this, we duplicate this and put this down here. Of course, this is a bit over the top. But the point is look, even if we come here, this is showing us September 2022. And this is where my thesis of like, okay, maybe the previous data suggested we can go up to March. But what if this cycle is so different that it's going to shock everybody, all the top TAs, everybody's going to shock everybody and tell us that this market could potentially go even higher. Why? Because remember, we are expecting a market top. Everybody's expecting a market top. The institutions know that we want a market top. Everyone is hoping right now, have smoked the hopium, right? The hopium. We're going to go to 100K. The people that are the most excited are, what Willy Woo likes to call the shrimps in the market. So you got the shrimps, the sharks, and the whales. The shrimps are the little fishes, the $10, $100, the $200, maybe up to $500. Those are the shrimps. Those are the shrimps. They come in with small money, but they do a lot of transactions. A lot of them. And then you got the sharks. The sharks like to eat up the shrimps and everything, and sharks are there just to basically take your money. That's what the sharks do. And then you got the whales. Those are the big hodlers. They buy the dip, they sell the top. That's what they do. So when we've got this three category of people, we know the shrimps are the ones who want to see 100K BTC. We know the sharks don't give a damn what direction the market goes because they want leverage hands. The sharks are there to swipe your leverage hands. And then you got the whales. Now we know the whales have been accumulating. We can see all of this data, right, on the markets. We can see, coins leaving the exchanges and everything. So all of this is indicating to me that while the shrimps are hoping, the sharks are trying to snipe and take as much as possible. But maybe the whales are not ready to get rid of this yet. There are two categories of whales, obviously the new whales and then the old whales. The old ones who have bought for dollars or very less, right? Very cheap. The old ones, the OGs. I don't think they're dumping yet. I don't think the OGs want to dump yet. Because most of the OGs have dumped, settled and everything. I don't think the OGs are there. I think these are a new wave of whales, institutional or whatever, new rich money coming in. And because they've bought it at a higher price, after the 20K, I think they are just trying to cash out. So every opportunity they get, they're taking their profits. Of course, you should be taking your profit. And that's what's happening, and that's what's keeping this market steady. But it's not all bad news, because I think that's a good news. I think that gives us a massive opportunity to continue this market and possibly even move forward and create a whole brand new cycle. Sorry, my bad. I'm trying to get this. A whole brand new cycle. I've got a feeling that all of this could lead us, and even here you can see we just hit this line here, we can move forward and this market could carry on. This market could carry on. So this should be pretty interesting to see. So it's not all bearish. Of course, market's in danger. That's a different story. This market could easily flip and come down, which is not a problem. It's all part of the whole cycle. You have nothing that goes up straight. So if we did come like this, we did this, even if we come down here and then we start moving up, this pattern is still secure. If you look carefully, this pattern is still secure. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing right now on the charts. And to me, it just makes perfect sense. I'm like, okay, but this is just my opinion, nothing else. I'm just looking at the data and I'm saying, well, the data is suggesting we could have a scenario where we prolong this market and probably go all the way to the end of 2022 if we are super bullish and if this kind of a yo-yo effect keeps on going on. It's not doom and gloom, right? There's more to this as well. This actually gives an opportunity for altcoins to pump a lot higher. This will actually give a massive opportunity for altcoins to start pumping higher. So I do see an opportunity here for altcoins to come back, do their thing, and possibly take this market to new highs. So here we can see what happened today. We broke the trend, we got back up, so this is on top of the trend, which is awesome. But of course, remember, we need to get back up above these levels. This is the total market cap, by the way. We need to get back above these levels, go back to the $3 trillion, and then move up. I mean, we've had massive amount of money move out of this market, this entire market. Hundreds of billions of dollars. The stock market would have been crashed by now. There would be a global bloody, chaos in the markets if the amount of money that left this industry left the stock markets. Believe me, but we're holding strong. We are crypto, we hold strong. It's BTC, broke trend, pushed up, awesome. Yes, it's heading towards that target, but we're not out of danger because we still need to get to that 59 to that 60,000. So we're talking about 59,800 to 60,800 level. These couple of necklines, once we invalidate those, we start moving back up. So far, the trend is great. Trend is still our friend. We're not complaining about the trend because the trend is holding. The trend is holding. I'm okay with that. So let's have a look at other coins, because this now gives an opportunity for the entire market to start pushing up. That's the key. When we start looking at, for example, some of the dominance, we can see a little bit of dominance coming down. Of course, BTC is coming back to fight, but we don't want that. We want BTC to stay exactly where it is. Other coins' dominance to start moving up. We see Ethereum's also broke its neckline, hit that dominance, right? Now it's going to go towards its all-time high. Great. That's just dominance. But again, data, remember, back in the days, we didn't have as many coins, so Ethereum was technically the second largest coin. But now we have thousands more to compete with. This data, not significant in my opinion. Ethereum BTC almost broke that neckline. Also, no worries. We still have a long ways to go back to this 1618 and then the previous all-time high of 15. So we've got to double up on that dominance. That means Ethereum, currently BTC has to stay at $58,000. Ethereum has to be $8,000. Ethereum has to be double the value from here, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 for it to hit that dominance. I'll probably consider flipping some of my ETH for my BTC. Happy days. So that's what's going on. It's coming back to test this little thing. But Ethereum has shown strength. It bounced faster. It broke necklines faster. It confirmed faster. We know the money has filtered in from one to the other, and it's now going to push forward and possibly even go towards our target that we had here for 5,200, which I took off. Actually, we did have a 5,200 target, but even this 7,000 is valid, because if it is heading towards that dominance, if it is heading towards the FBTC pair of the 15, then even 7 is not enough, because it's double from here, $9,500. So well done to those of you who had conviction and have been holding Ethereum, because this could be the one that leads us forward. But of course we are still going to observe BTC. Remember, BTC price currently still does dictate certain things for us, still dictates where the market is right now, where the sentiment is right now, you know. So we need that dominance to move away from Ethereum and BTC into others. And I do have a candidate. And my candidate is Solana. It's always been Solana and DOT. So I have to add it. Candidate is DOT and Solana. But because DOT is not complete yet, I expect another 2 years for DOT to shine. Another 2 years for the DOT ecosystem to come out with a big bang. So I'm going to wait on that one. Solana, look at this. Beautiful recovery. Broke through the trend line. If it closes here today, there's only one direction it's going. Only one direction. And I still feel Solana has so much more to give us. I still feel Solana could shoot towards $1,000. No financial advice. I'm holding, to be transparent, I'm holding Solana since it was like $1, $2. My average was like $1.50. But I have conviction. And I think this is gonna go shoot for that. Of course, we'll look at the market cap and everything and see what the market is doing there. I saw a tweet from Ash from Wall Street Bets. He's super bullish on BNB. He actually believes BNB might have the potential to go to $3,000. I mean, wow, that's super bullish. That's 5x from now. Ash from Wall Street Bets believes, and he tweeted it, that BNB could go to $3,000 a coin. Is he wrong? No, in the context of all the development going on, all the utility going on, all the DeFi lockups going on, he's not wrong. There is a big chance it can do that. So super bullish. It's coming back to test its neckline, of course, and it's going to go towards the previous all-time high. You can see the previous all-time high was here. And then once it does that, we also have a target, $900 to $1,100. Definitely going to be shooting towards there. Guys, I'm not going to talk too much today on too many coins, but I don't know what's going on, but I won't talk too many coins because I don't have much time. It's 4:02 here. Mark Pitty says, thanks for the info. Haven't checked it in a while, but I'll be watching after moments. Thank you, bro. No worries. Do you think Cardano will get to $6 by March? CB says, Cardano get to $6 by March. We'll talk about Cardano. We're about to go to Cardano right now. Mark Pitty says, Cardano is nearing a critical support. If BTC dips a bit, it might go through. Sentiment and belief, trust in the project is decreasing. So if it breaks the line, Cardano might drop significantly. Sol will shoot. I envy you, $1 Solana. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Okay, let's talk about Cardano. Cardano. So you see with Cardano, actually, let's go to DOT first and just kind of show you DOT. So DOT is still in this channel, guys. That means DOT still has a chance to break out right now as long as this market continues. That's all I'm going to say. And if it does, as you can see, the 1618 is the $60 level. So we are shooting for a $60. And I think it can perfectly, as long as this market continues, hit that 60, maybe even that $79, $80 level. So there is still a chance, looking at this falling parallel channel, we can shoot up. So I'm going to observe this carefully. Cardano. Now, Cardano broke some critical supports. Critical resistance, and it's holding on support. But if you observe Cardano for exactly what it's been doing, it's actually getting ready for a bounce, and this was not bad. You have to observe the pattern and understand what this whole pattern meant, right? So we can see that we had, so I'll get rid of this because we don't actually need this. This is not a significant support area. This is. So what we are following right now is this neckline here, this neckline here, this neckline here. Watch what I'm doing. This neckline here, this neckline here, this neckline here, this neckline here. Now, if we start connecting dots, what you will observe is we did this. Look, perfect pattern, broke out. We couldn't hold the support, so we came back down here. Look at the pattern. Just observe the pattern. You know, I know some people might want to connect this as a dot. Fine, we can do that. If you want that, we can do that as well. We can connect this as a dot, but it doesn't make much of a difference. The pattern has been secured more like this, right? So even if we did do this, come back here, it doesn't make any difference. The areas that we want to be looking at is this area here and this area here. So let's get rid of all of this drawing just for the sake of this. What you see here is we created this pattern here. This was our consolidation or breakout point. This was our breakout point. So this was once upon a time a resistance. Twice, look, twice, thrice, 4 times, right? We had this one area as a resistance, as a strong resistance for a very, very long time. We broke above, we couldn't hold it, we came back down. Now we've come back to this same line. I mean, this has to be like some sort of a miracle that we came back, held support exactly here. We can only do that because we had 1, 2, 3, 4 touches here. This is the 5th. And it doesn't matter whether it was up or down. This is a previous resistance, which is now a strong support. This is telling me if we had a rebound, we could easily shoot back here, probably even shoot back here. I don't see a problem with that. Cardano could easily do this. The reason is because if you look carefully here, we had absolutely nothing here, nothing. Does that make sense? Nothing. The only thing we had here was this weak support here, which we broke. We broke this weak support. There was nothing here. This is a very weak support. You can see here, very weak support. We broke this, but we've come to bounce on a strong. So if this line is supported, we could see a bounce. If this is not, we could come back here. But if we did come back here, just have a look and observe what this line is and what this whole area is. And this is not something that we just created today. This is something we created back in February. Guys, we created this mega support back in February. Does Cardano have a chance? Yes. Cardano just needs to come out with some crazy news and this thing could pop. $1 smashed it, bro. Mustafa says $1 smashed it. Bro, this is what it is. You got to have conviction. You're talking about $1. I mean, look at Cardano. We bought Cardano at 6 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents. Cardano. Everybody that knows me knows about my Cardano buys. We bought Cardano at 6 cents, which is like 3 or 4 pence in the UK. 10 cents, which was like 7 pence in the UK. 15 cents, which was like 10p or 11 pence in the UK. Yeah, we got conviction, bro. You got conviction. You got to understand what this stuff is. You know, when you get in, you snipe in, you sit there. Yeah, I bought a whole ton of Cardano. And funny thing is I also took my initial out. So I bought a whole ton of Cardano for pennies. When Cardano doubled up, I took all my initial out and I left it. And when I left it, I still got a massive stash, which is worth a lot more today. So I don't play stupid. It's like, oh, I'm just going to buy and just hodl. I have conviction. No, I still like to make sure I save my funds. I have my initial back in. And I did that. But then it was easy for me to have conviction in something and hodl because I never put any of my money in there. I took my money out already. Zero risk, zero sum. If it wins, it makes me money. If it doesn't, I don't lose anything. Zero sum. That's how I play the game. If it wins, I make a lot of money. If it doesn't hurt me. That's how I play my game. Albin says he's very bullish on Cardano. Awesome. If you managed to snipe it here, you did okay. And talking about Cardano, there's more data on this chart that you're going to love. Albin, you are going to love this. Because if you observe very, very carefully from, say, this area here to where we are now, look, we actually have a very, I wouldn't say the best, but there is this distinct trend here, and we're holding that trend. Of course, for us to invalidate everything, for us to move back up again, what we have to do is break out of this particular zone here. Sorry, my bad. This particular zone here, which is now a channel. We need to break up out of this channel, which is not going to be easy. It will be tough, I'll be honest with you. It will be tough because of how it's kept on falling and kept on falling. A lot of news, you know, went around it. But this could be a perfect bounce, and if you've bought it here, don't see why not. But remember, manage your risk. Don't be too over bullish. 10 past 4, so I've only got a few minutes. I'm not going to go too far with this. See where it goes. So of course, look, most of the market you can see are bouncing back. I mean, I don't even have to say this one. So remember, once upon a time I did say to you guys my target for KCS was around $30, 32. We did talk about it. It done its thing. I'm not going to even bother with that one. Gala, this looks okay. This looks like it's coming back for a correction. I mean, it did the correction, and now it's in this golden zone. It could easily do a nice little bounce, but I did mention to everybody, I'm now not going to sell any Gala for another 5 years. I'm just going to hodl that. Let's have a look at some of the other ones. SHIB, did I miss SHIB? Yeah, how can I miss SHIB? SHIB did a breakout a few days ago, came back, tested the support, confirmed, perfect confirmation, and now it's back here. I could see a nice little power move coming in. Also, there's a whale called Gimli. You can actually see my whale stats, and he just bought 2.something million worth. So he does hold a nice little coins. Mark says, any coins you'd recommend now? Yes, there is a coin called Symbiosis. I have been recommending that. That is going to be launching in a few days. Also, there is a coin that KR mentioned to me recently, but I didn't really think too much about it because everything surrounding it was a bit shady until today. News broke out that the founder of FTX and I believe Pantera Capital is also going to be backing them up, right? So Symbiosis is a different thing. Check this out. It's coming out in a few days. The other one is Monkey Balls. Yeah, this one, MBS, right? This Monkey Balls, this one I was a bit iffy about it, but now that we've got FTX pumping it and we've got Pantera pumping it, this is a coin to look out for, right? So these are the two coins I think will explode. Apparently, Monkey Ball is like the EA Sports of these, you know, decentralized network. So have a look at this. Do your own research. Remember, they have not launched, guys. They have not launched. And also the other one that I will push out is Victoria VR. Please do go and check it out. Rewind the video, pause if you have to. Again, remember, these are fresh, so stay away from scams. These are absolutely fresh. Go to the actual website. You can see the website here. I just realized I don't have my cursor. Look, website here. So go to the website and double check exactly how to participate in them. Don't fall for scams. I meant the trend line. Hold on, what did he say? I meant the trend line for Cardano. Trend line for, what do you mean by trend line for Cardano? We just did do a trend line for Cardano. Actually, do you know what? I think it's going to be easier if I do something else for you. I'm just going to do something else for you. If I do this, look, and I'm going to switch off, so maybe that does help you. But as I said, I don't have too much time, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. I would love to catch up on this when I see you again, and also maybe on Discord or something. But again, I'm not going to have too many conversations on Discord, but I will catch up with everybody. Just going to fly through some of this, right? I'm not going to talk too much about it. We are going to talk more on this, probably catch up tomorrow. Yeah, some good coins here. We can see Matic, nice little 14% pump back over $2. Again, look how the trend line itself was respected. Look at the trend line, how it was respected. That's all you got to look at. Some of these things, the bounce happened exactly where we mentioned the bounce would be. We broke the line exactly where it needs to be, and look where we are now. So super awesome there. I'm not complaining about any of that stuff. We see Super Farm doing a nice little 12.5% pump. Beautiful. I mean, look at this, just absolutely beautiful here. Nothing much to worry about. And then let's see what else we got. Anything else we got good? eGold, yes, it's come down. We did mention about the risks that it will come down, but currently it's come down. It's getting ready for a reset, exactly as we think it will, and it is going to shoot. The best pump that I did see today was this here. Look. Sorry, my eyesight kills me. Look at this. This was a beautiful structural breakout. If you look carefully, you can see how we had this pattern. We had these two patterns here on the crow.com, right? So we had this one here, confirmed pattern. You know, we know that this was a trend line, you know, and you can see how this broke out of this trend line. And if you look carefully, this breakout should actually pump us from here. So if we just observe, actually, we can take this area as well. And if we did this breakout from here should now take us and give us a brand new all-time high of around $1 just based on this, nothing else, guys. Okay, I'm going to finish off the show with some Fear and Greed. Awesome. I do like this. So it's come down a little bit. Awesome, because a lot of people are fearful in BTC. Great. When we're looking at the entire market, we can see who the top gainers are. We can see the top boys are there, and these are all the top coins. I mean, Luna created a fresh high yesterday. If everybody observed, you would have known that Luna created a fresh high yesterday, and it's just continuing. And this was our target zone. I mean, just look at this. This was our target zone, and we've came exactly into the target zone, and we've beat the lower part of our target, which was $56, and now we're heading towards that higher part of our target, which is, if I can, there you go, $83. So it's heading towards that $83. Let's see what it does over there for us. But yeah, everybody looks very awesome. Let's have a look and see how the market's VGX. I mean, Voyager, we talked about this, launched on Coinbase. Lovely little pump here, no complaints. KDA, another 13%. So anybody who's bullish on KDA could have picked it up at a discount. Carry on. This one's going to do a nice little pump soon, I believe. It did have a few pumps. I think it's going to come back. So again, I'm not giving you financial advice, but do keep an eye on this particular WeMix. Seems to be doing nice little movements every now and then. Let's look at the market and see what the how many BTC is coming in or out, and we can see BTC is leaving. This is in a 1 day. So BTC right now, while the market, other altcoins are pumping, BTC is leaving. So have a look at this. You know, but other than that, guys, market looks pretty cool. As I said, there's a few coins I would expect you guys to keep an eye on if you did want to look for some fresh coins. Those are lovely little pump and dumps. Remember, when they do launch, right, dump them or take your initial out as soon as you can. Now, I know a lot of people want to know about Metaverse, which coin I've picked as my most bullish coin, because I've had a lot of guys ask me, what's your most favorite coin? My most favorite used to be Engine. Then I did like a little bit of Decentraland, but I can tell you now, Decentraland, Engine, they're all aside, they're there. I'm still going to hold them. But I think Sand has a massive potential to actually go to the moon. So, no financial advice, just telling you what I think. I think Sand is going to be the top dog in this race of Metaverse tokens. There's a lot of attention, there's a lot of investment coming in, there's a lot of institutions trying to back Sand. So they've, rather than taking the older coins, the existing coins, you know, the kings or the guys who are the first comers, for some odd reason they're choosing Sand over many others. So Sand has a great potential. Also, another coin called RFox in the metaverse area has great potential. So there may be some coins to actually hodl for some time, and then we see where we go. So other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to catch you guys on another one. I don't have much time. I actually didn't have much time to start with, but I did drag it for a little bit. and I am going to shoot, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we'll do another little update and talk about what the market is doing. For now, I think the market's going to be fairly stable. When we're looking at BTC, we can see BTC is fairly holding itself. It's just holding that, how would I say this, the line, and it's trying to push towards the top targets. Money will filter in. Remember this, while everything else was bloody, money is coming in. We started seeing a lot of money enter the market yesterday. We were sitting at 2.58 trillion, and then I saw money coming in like it was no man's business. Hundreds of billions of dollars coming in, and you can see the evidence here. We just had like, almost like what, not hundreds, sorry, my bad, billions of dollars. We've had about $7 to $8 billion enter the market, and yeah, it's just shooting. So let's see what happens, but remember, always stay calm. Zoom out, zoom in if you have to, but just don't look at one picture, and try and avoid the noise. It's not important. The noise is all great, we're happy, it makes us happy, but sometimes you've got to look at the market for what it is. And even now, I can tell you BTC is not out of danger. We still have this point here, this higher lower high here, right? This lower high here, that we need to get above and invalidate. So we're going to have to see today's daily candle close, hopefully around the $60,800 for us to be super bullish again. And hopefully, once all of this happens, we can get back to the 63, 64 level in order to invalidate this whole area and start pushing forward, in order for us to see the 71k, the 74k, the 83k, the 93k, and possibly the 100k as well. So just stay hopeful, but as I said, most importantly, calm strategy, know your exits, know what you're doing, keep your profits, and of course, protect your initial investments. Adios, my amigos. Thank you very much for coming to the show. I'm going to see you on another one very soon.